'cause you know we gon' talk about it. Talk about Let's talk about it. Yeah. Get in here, we in here tonight. So get in here, we in here to vibe.
Hey y'all, hey everybody. Hello. Sorry I'm late, but I was late. Okay. Sorry I was late. But come on in here, hit that thumbs up button on your way in for me, please. Let me know if you can hear me. We about to change the course a little bit, you guys, okay? So I came up with an idea. I'm not going live tonight, y'all, because I got a crook in my neck. So listen, I ain't got time to be trying to look crazy on this camera because, honey, baby, a certain way I turn my neck, it hurt like hell, okay? Anyway, y'all come on in on this Tuesday. I didn't set a goal today. I don't think I did. But anyway, y'all already know what it is. Let's get to it. But we're changing it up a little bit, you guys, over here on this channel. So what we're going to start doing, we're going to start breaking down court verdicts and the sentencing of narcissists, okay? I would like to do that and point out some of their behaviors, honey. See how they change from, what I'll actually, guys, I will read over what they did. I'm not going to go in depths of it, though. I'm just going to read over what the person did, and then we're going to break down their behaviors during the verdict, when the jury come back and give them the verdict, and the sentencing to see just how they change right before everybody's eyes, okay? Because narcissists have a tendency all the way up until the book is thrown at them. They have a tendency to have no remorse, show no empathy whatsoever. And I would like to point that out in criminals. All right. So we're going to do our first one today and see how it goes. All right. So today we're going to do one of Hannah Payne. Now, I'm not sure if you guys heard about the story, but I'm going to briefly tell you guys what happened. Some of you guys may be like, oh, more, I remember the story. Matter of fact, let me put Hannah's little photo on up here on the screen. All right. And I'm sure you guys probably have seen Hannah. Y'all remember Hannah? This happened back in 2019. Okay. This was in Clayton County, Georgia. There was a hit and run incident that Hannah was not even involved in. Okay. She wasn't even involved in at all. Y'all know them little nosy ass Karens or whatever we're going to call them. But today we're going to be Karens. Okay. I might change it tomorrow. We might just call them Hannahs. Hell, we might just call their asses Hannahs. But these nosy people that don't have nothing to do with nothing. Okay. She saw the incident. Apparently, the black 62-year-old man, he ran the red light and collided with a semi-truck, okay? But he fled the scene. And what did Hannah do? Well, she took after him, okay? It wasn't her business. She called 911. They told her, don't chase him, just like the George Zimmerman case. Don't follow, don't chase. She did it any damn way, okay? She chased him down. She pulled her weapon out and she fired. She tried to do a citizen arrest. She ended up ending this man's life. Okay. All right. So she was charged with multiple charge, felony murder, aggravated assault, false imprisonment, because, he was like, lady, get out my way. I'm about to move. I'm about to drive off. She just, no, you're not going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. You're going to stay right here. So false imprisonment and possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime, okay? But the entire time, probably because of the Zimmerman case, Hannah thought she was going to get off, okay? She thought that she was well within her rights to chase down who she thought was a criminal and to try to hold him at gunpoint. Now, she claimed the weapon just went off. Y'all know how that go. Oh my God, I was just holding it and it just went off. If that's the case, you need to not grab a weapon. Now, we were taught in the military, and I think the police department is taught this as well. If you draw your weapon on somebody, baby, you're going, or your intention should be to use it. You should never, ever draw your weapon on someone unless, a loaded weapon at that, unless you have intents to fire. Because this, oh, it went off on its own shit is not being bought in the courts, okay? So again, we're gonna go over the verdict, okay? And listen, the verdict is already guilty. I'm gonna let y'all know that, right? She has a guilty verdict, but we're just gonna analyze the behavior of her guilty verdict, and then we are going to analyze her behavior of her sentences. My goal here is to show you guys how a whole narcissist, somebody that think that they are above the law, somebody that think that they are entitled, okay? Somebody that think that they don't have to be held, accountable for what the things that they do, all right? So today we're going to do our first one. This happened in 2019. It's an old story, but I thought it would be a good start to what we plan on doing here. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these. I'm not going to say I'm going to do it every day, but I will be doing more of these. So if you like court, hearings and the breakdown of them or whatever, then come on in. Now, of course, we ain't breaking down the whole thing because ain't nobody got time to spend 40 days and 40 nights breaking down an entire case. Okay, this is just the verdict and the sentencing. We're going to do the verdict first. All right. I forgot to tell you guys, hey, to my members. Those are the ones that are lit up in green. Hey, y'all. Hey, I see y'all out there. And thank you so very much for blessing and pointing to my channel. All right. Let's go ahead and listen to this verdict. Turn y'all volumes up, baby. Turn y'all volumes up, baby. All right. So we're going to get into the verdict. And then we're going to go right into the sentencing. All right. Let me know if you can hear. Just let me know. Hold on, let me put it on pause before the jury come in. Let me know if y'all can hear. I don't know why it's low over here. It's low. It's real low. Hold on, let me find out what's going on. All right, I just turned it up over there. All right, let's try it again. Dang, it's low. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I don't know what Jaden did over here. He was supposed to check all of this for me before I started. Give me a second, y'all. Let me turn this speaker on over here. This is extremely low. All right, hold on. Let me see if this is going to work. All right, let's try it again. Is it still low? Hold on. Oh, my goodness. Hold on. This is really low. Oh, hold on 1 second. Give me a second. Let me see if it's just, is it me or?
So we finally know why Chelsea was
okay, so it's that particular station. So let me just do it over here. All right, hold on. I'm gonna get it from another channel. All right, you should be able to hear it on this one, okay?
Thank you.
Let me know if you can hear it.
The jury has arrived at the verdict, and so I'm going to bring them in at this time. Give it in his case.
My disclaimer is going across the bottom. Basically, it says that what I say out of my mouth is based on my opinion and my opinion only, okay? All right, you can read the disclaimer going across the bottom. Thank you. Now, I just want you to take note. We're going to be listening for the verdict, but I more so want you guys to check out her body language before the verdict is read and once she hears her fate. Now, up until this point, she has no idea what's going to happen, but I will tell you, I did do some peeking, and she actually thought that she was going to be found not guilty. Okay? All right, let's continue. Right away, I could tell like she's looking off to the side, and it seems that she's nervous, but is not overly nervous. You can definitely tell she's nervous, but she's trying to maintain her composure. And the jury is coming in, so she's trying to get a feel. She said, "Will we see the jury?" No, I don't think they show juries on these jury trials. I don't think they show them for safety reasons. Now, in my opinion, if it was me, if I'm getting ready to be read my fate, whether or not I'm about to do life in prison, I would be. She said the video is frozen or more. Is it frozen? She said the video is frozen or more. Is the video? I mean, it's frozen now because I'm not talking. But is anybody else seeing that the video is frozen? Or can y'all see the people moving? Can y'all let me know? Impeccable. I think you may need to go out and come back in, love. Go out and come back in. She said it never played. The video never played? Y'all can't hear the video? Let me know if you can hear it.
So in the case State versus Hannah Payne, case number 2019 CR 01737, court has been informed that you have reached a verdict. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, we have.
Okay, and are you the foreperson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you kindly stand. Was your verdict unanimous?
Yes, ma'am.
Has the verdict form been filled in, signed, and dated by you?
Yes, ma'am.
If you would have the bailiff bring the verdict form to me, please.
She's looking as if she's trying to read the judge's eyes to try to see, you know, am I guilty? Am I guilty? Did they say I'm guilty yet? You know?
Mr. Foreperson, if you would go ahead and read the verdict.
With regard to count one, as to the offense of malice murder, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
Right there. So that's the first guilty. The first guilty, she gave a look as to what? As in shock. What? Me? Hannah Montana? You got to be kidding me. That was her first reaction. What? You can actually tell that, and then this is her mom sitting behind her. They all thought that she was literally going to be free because she thought she was doing what a law-abiding citizen does. And that is, but they business, they nose in somebody else's business. And then she unalive somebody and think that she's supposed to be set free. So Hannah Montana thought that she was about to be let off. Okay, her name is Hannah Payne, but I'm being funny by saying Hannah Montana, okay? All right, now I want to go back. I want y'all to see. Before the verdict is read, her face don't have no wrinkles in it. The moment the foreperson says guilty, she looks shocked. Like, are you effing kidding me? I'm Hannah over here. I'm Hannah. Now, mind you, she was only in her 20s when this happened. I want to say 21, 22 years old when this happened.
Offense of malice murder.
I know she looked older than that, but I digress.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty. With regard to count 2, as to the offense of felony murder, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
Second guilty.
With regard to count 3, as to the offense of aggravated assault, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
Third guilty.
With regard to count 4, as the offense of felony murder, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
Fourth guilty.
With regard to count 5, as the offense of false imprisonment, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
Fifth guilty.
With regard to count 6, as to the offense of possession of firearm during commission of a felony, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
All guilty.
With regard to count 7, as to the offense of possession of firearm during commission of a felony, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty. With regard to count 8.
Look, her boyfriend back there, whoever he is, just walked out. He like, I can't even sit in here and listen to this no more. The mama back there just about to lose it. They all back there like, but it was Hannah. Hannah not supposed to be found guilty. Not Hannah. Not old sweet Hannah. Hannah probably did all the Easter speeches when she was young for the whole family. You know, you go up there and do the Easter speeches in front of the church. She was probably that one. Not Hannah. Not Hannah.
As to the offense of possession of firearm during commission of a felony, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
Now Hannah is shaking because she just don't know what to do. She's like, what does this mean? I'm guilty? I thought I was a law-abiding citizen. She thought she was chasing down a criminal black man. She thought, oh, I had rights. I was just doing a citizen's arrest. Y'all need to be careful out there doing these citizen's arrests, okay? Honey, you don't get paid to do citizen's arrests. I'm just saying, honey, unless the police department gonna put some money in my account, I ain't chasing nobody down. You feel me? I'm gonna let the cops do the cops' job. If he run by me, I'm gonna be like, hey, I ain't saying shat, but getting out the way is what I'm gonna do.
The 12th day of December, 2020.
Did you see how she shook her head? Let me go back. I want you to take note to how she shook her head. She is in disbelief. This wasn't supposed to happen to Hannah.
Submitted the 12th day of December, 2023.
So it happened in 2019, and they had the case and found her guilty in 2023, okay? We're going to listen to a little bit more of the verdict, and then we're going to go right on over to the sentencing, okay? But I just want you guys to check out her body language, honey, because she is still in disbelief that she was actually found guilty.
Counsels, is there anything further required of this jury before I dismiss them?
If the court can hold the jury.
Okay. I will hold the jury. And so I'm just going to go sequentially.
So they're going to pull the jury. And in pulling the jury, what they do is go down the list and ask each juror, how did they plead? You know, do they find guilty or not guilty? You know, what was their plea? As they say guilty, I want you to also pay attention to her body language, okay?
And ask you a number of questions to which you will respond. Foreperson, was that your verdict in the jury room?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Next person. Was that your verdict in the jury room?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Was that your verdict in the jury room?
No.
Was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
No.
Is it still your verdict? Was that your verdict in the jury room? Was it freely and voluntarily made by you? Is it?
They did say a unanimous decision. However, the defendant attorney has a right to ask each juror, was it really their verdict and were they persuaded in doing so? It's just, preliminary procedure. It really is a waste of time, but they pulled the jury just to try to make their client feel a little bit better.
Still your verdict.
Yes, ma'am.
Was that your verdict in the jury room?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that in the jury room? Was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just going to skip some of them.
Was that your verdict in the jury room?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that your verdict in the jury room?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that your verdict in the jury room?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
She looking in disbelief, like, I cannot believe you guys did this. Like, how? I just don't understand. How? How? Why me? How?
Was that your verdict in the jury room? Was it freely and voluntarily made by you? Is it still your verdict? Was that your verdict in the jury room?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
I have polled the jurors. Ladies and gentlemen, you have now concluded your service on this jury. You're no longer subject to or bound.
Let me just fast forward.
Sometimes the attorneys like to talk with you to ascertain your views about the evidence and inputs from how they could improve. But again, you're not required to speak to anyone about the case. That is purely your decision. Again, thank you for your service and your commitment.
She's holding her head down. She's hurt. We know she's hurt. Her feelings are hurt. I think her feelings are more hurt than anything else. I don't think even at this point she has remorse for the guy. I think she is just hurt because she was just told, she just learned her fate. She was just told basically what you did is not acceptable, okay? Before this verdict was read, she literally thought what she did was okay, all right? She actually said that he grabbed at her weapon and it went off. Y'all remember that, right? She grabbed at the weapon and she told everybody that he grabbed at the weapon and it went off. So she basically wanted the world to think that he shot himself, okay?
Your jury duty this week. You are free to go. Right. You'll be outside the courtroom. Okay.
I don't know if you saw it, but she's still shaking her head. When her head was in her chest, her face was in her chest, her chin, should I say. She's still shaking her head because she still cannot believe this. This is a total shock for her. Like, how? She's still shaking her head. It's almost like she's saying, please wake me up from this bad dream. And right here, the way she holds her head still and up, she's trying to maintain her dignity. She's like, I'm going to be strong through this. I got this. I'm going to be strong, because in her mind, she still feels she did nothing wrong. Then she looks back and she connects with her loved one. Now, I'm going to tell you something about this, baby. Now, I ain't never been to jail before, but if I got to look back at my family member and know that my family member is about to be hurt over me, because sometimes the family member hurt worse than the person that's doing the time, okay? So what she's doing now, she realizing that I hurt my family member. She looks back at her mom. I don't know if it's her mom or her grandmother, but whoever she is, she looks back and connect with her because she knows, damn, I just hurt and let down my family.
You may be seated. Ms. Payne, I'm going to remand you into the custody of the Sheriff's Department at this time.
It come right here, baby, honey. Listen. This is it. Look right here, look. It ain't no turning back, baby, when they put them handcuffs on you, baby, right here, honey. When they put them handcuffs on you, reality kicks the hell in. It kicks in no matter how strong you are, honey. When they say guilty and then they put them handcuffs on you, it is over, baby. Over. But at this point, you guys, she still don't know how long she's going to be behind bars. She don't even know. That's going to come up next. We're going to do the sentencing, and she going to really, really learn her fate then, you guys. You see how when he put the handcuffs on her, she leaned down like, ow, not me. I'm not supposed to be roughed up like this. And, you know, he really didn't rough her up. But, you know, in her mind, watch how when he put them cuffs on her, she kind of gives a, ow, that's too tight. Can you stop? Can you take it off? Oh, wait a minute. I don't deserve this. Ow. Well, that's Miss Hannah, honey. We're gonna go right on over to the sentencing part of Miss Hannah. The same judge that read off she didn't read off the guilty verdict. The same judge that oversaw the guilty verdict is the same one that's about to sentence her right now. So let's learn the fate and let's see her reaction as her fate is read off. Okay. Now hold on. Let's go. Let's go right here. So the judge, I think sometimes she allows impact statements, but if impact statements, this is an 8-minute video. I'm going to skip the impact statements because we ain't here for that. We are here for her reactions. Okay.
Okay. This court has sat through the trial, has heard arguments of defense and the state, has listened to the witnesses today, and after considering all of those things, the court will impose sentence as follows. Please stand, Ms. Payne.
The judge just told her to stand up, honey. My legs would have buckled at this point. You hear me? My knees will be shaking. My legs will be buckled, baby. Woo, child. And the way I be busting out in hot flashes, I would need somebody to fan me right now. Lord Jesus. Here we go. We about to hear her sentencing of her crime.
With respect to count 1, malice murder, the court will impose a sentence of life with a possibility of parole.
Life. She only on count 1, y'all. And she already was given life. Oh, Lord. I would just tell the judge, no need to read nothing else. I don't even need to hear it. I think at this point, I would try my best to put my hands over my ears. I don't want to hear nothing else after I done heard life. What you gonna come back and say? The last charge, you gonna give me 5 years? I don't want to hear nothing else after I done heard life. Life, that's it. Take me out of this courtroom. Go ahead and put me in my cell. I don't want to sit there and hear nothing else. I don't want to hear 5 life sentences. Once you say life, that's it for me. Your Honor, can you speed through and get me up out of here? Let me go to my bunk and go to sleep because you just said life. That's all I needed to hear was life.
With respect to count 2, felony murder, that will merge into count 1 and is dismissed as a matter of law. With respect to count 3, aggravated assault.
So number 2 was dismissed, but still, she should have said dismissed the first time, right? The fact that she said life, the first charge, baby, I'm done. I'm done. But count 2 was dismissed.
That merges into counts 1 and 2. With respect to count 4, felony murder, that merges into count 1 and it is.
So when she say merge into, I don't know if she's meaning, because I ain't no lawyer, y'all. When she says that merge, I don't know if she mean that is life too, or she just mean it all calculated up together and your ass still got life.
Dismissed as a matter of law. With respect to count 5, the false imprisonment verdict, the court imposes a sentence of 8 years consecutive.
So she got life plus 8 years, okay? Consecutive, not concurrent, but consecutive, okay? So, wait a minute, hold on. Concurrent means at the same time. Consecutive mean you do life, then 8 years, right? I think she got to do life, die, come back to life, and do 8 years in prison. I think that's how that works, okay?
With respect to count 6, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, the court imposes a sentence of 5 years that will run consecutive.
God damn. Now she got life, die, come back to life, do 8 years, get out, and then think she gonna get out, and now she got to do 5 more. Lord Jesus, take the wheel. Take the damn wheel.
To the underlying sentence. Count 7 and 8 will merge into.
Now Hannah got a long neck. I'm trying to figure out how in the hell her neck gets so long, but nevertheless, she's weeping, not crying. She's weeping, okay? Because at this point, I think she realized, hey, it is what it is. She's going to prison. But I still don't think that she really, really realized she just screwed her life forever. All because she made a dumbass decision to chase down somebody that the cops told her don't chase down.
Count 6. So the court's total sentence is life with a possibility of parole plus 8 years consecutive on false imprisonment and 5 years consecutive on the possession of firearm.
Okay, so she did get life with the possibility of parole. So I think when you do life with a possibility of parole, after 25 years, you are up for parole. But I think she'll do 25 years, then 8, then 5, or something to that effect.
Commission of a felony, and that is the court sentence. So I remind you again, Ms. Payne, into the custody of the sheriff's department. Before I do have some instructions for you, Ms. Payne. You have a right to seek post-judgment relief from your conviction of the crimes, either by making a motion for a new trial in this court and or filing an appeal to a higher appellate court. If you want to file a motion for a new trial or an appeal, then you will need to file a said motion or a notice of appeal with the clerk of Superior Court of this county within 30 days. You may want to more fully discuss this with your attorney. If a motion for new trial is made and the court denies it, you will have 30 days from the filing of this order of denial in which to file with the clerk of court your notice of appeal. You have a right to have an attorney represent you on the motion for new trial, and the first level of direct appellate review. And if you cannot afford to hire an attorney, the court will provide you an attorney and a transcript of your trial.
I think right here the judge gives people hope when she comes out and read, you have a right to appeal. I think that just to make them feel a little bit better, because she'll spend the next 15 years appealing, you know what I'm saying? But I think that this is just preliminary again, just to make them feel a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward and I'm gonna get to the part right here. Hold on. Let's see what the judge is saying.
Usually you have a period of 4 years from the date of your sentence, which is today, before in this court becomes final to file a hearing.
I'm sure she done thought a million times, damn, I wish I could just undo what I did, undo my nosiness that day, undo my privilege that day, undo my butting my ass in somebody else's business, undo that. I wish I can undo all of that. Undo. She's 25 years old, Hannah is. I thought she was 21. I think she was 21 when it happened. But she's 25 years old. I'm pretty sure she wish she can undo this shit. Undo it.
Habeas corpus petition. The details that can affect the time within which you must file this petition are contained in the copy of this court subsection, and I'm going to ask the deputies to hand that to you. And so you have 4 years from today's date to file a habeas corpus petition. Councils, I can confer with US to set in a date for the hearing for a motion for new trial.
Let's get to them. I'm going to get to them leading her out. Here we go.
With respect to this matter.
Oh, bye, Hannah. Bye, Hannah. All right, so Hannah is off to do life in prison, all because Hannah took the law into her own hands, okay? Hannah probably was told, hey, we have a right to do citizen's arrest. Look at Hannah before and look at Hannah afterwards. Hannah Montana, what's wrong with you, girl? Hannah gone. Everybody hashtag Hannah gone. Hannah gone for a while. Hannah is gone for a while. Hannah probably had a good life. Hannah probably was spoiled. We don't know. But Hannah put her nose in somebody else's business and tried to do a citizen's arrest. Okay? Now, I would like for us to go over some characteristics that we caught during the verdict and the sentencing, okay? We are going to go over some traits that we can identify. First of all, let's just go back to the top. I told you guys that Hannah saw a hit and run, okay? An accident hit and run. She ran after the guy that took off. He was a black 62-year-old male. Once she caught up to him, she dialed 911, but she didn't want to lose him because she wanted to be a damn hero. Once she caught up to him, she goes up to his car, takes her gun out and tell him to stop. He gets out, they do a struggle, and she pops him, okay? So I'm going to start naming off a few. If you guys want to drop some down in the chat, what is some of her narcissistic traits that we are going to point out today? And hopefully this is a learning lesson for anybody that's listening to my voice, so you guys can avoid spending life in prison, all right? Let's start off with grandiose sense of entitlement. Sense of entitlement. Anytime you chase somebody down and pull a weapon on them, honey, baby, you got to feel entitled. Because who do that besides police officers? She acted as if she was the authority. That's why she chased him down, despite having no legal or moral obligation to do so. She wasn't getting paid. She ain't no cop. Sense of entitlement. She ignored the 911 dispatcher's instructions, who told her to do not follow this man. You're not getting paid for this. But her entitlement says, no, I'm going to disregard the dispatch because guess what? I know what's best. She wanted to be a hero. All right, another one of her narcissistic traits, lack of empathy. Instead of considering the situation, okay, she escalated the encounter. She said he grabbed for the weapon and the weapon went off. Why the hell did she even have the weapon drawn in the first place? Why? Now, they said the 60-year-old man suffered some type of medical emergency is the reason why he even took off. He was trying to get to the hospital. She didn't give no dams. She said, you got to stop until the police come. So when he's like, no, I got to go. I got to get to the hospital or whatever. I don't know if that's what he said, but he told her he got to go. He turned around to get back into the vehicle. I don't know if he turned around, but whatever the case may be, he was trying to flee the scene and she popped him. Okay. Lack of empathy. She didn't give a damn if you got any medical emergency. She don't care. She wants you locked up. Okay. All right. So Super Leo's lady said it was a diabetic. Okay. So he was having some type of, I'm just going to say a medical emergency, some type of medical distress. She didn't give no damn. She wanted him arrested. He was a black man that hit a vehicle and took off, and she wanted him arrested. Another characteristics of her narcissistic ass was the need for control and dominance. She followed this 62-year-old man for several miles, okay? Refusing to just let the shit go. She was on the phone with 911, and they asked her what type of car he had. What color was it? Did you get his plates? Okay, what direction is he going? All right, we got it from there. We got it, Hannah. But Hannah like, no. I don't want to lose him out of my sight. I want to make sure you guys got him. So her need for control is the reason why she followed this man. And even after confronting him, she could have de-escalated the situation, but instead she chose to force him out of the vehicle. Get out. I said, get out. That's why she pulled a gun, because he wouldn't get out. Get out. I said, get out. Hannah Montana, you were wrong, girl. You were wrong, girl. Okay. Need for control. That's narcissistic. Another narcissistic trait, playing the victim after the fact. She had the nerve to tell the world that he, during a tussle, he pulled on a weapon and shot himself. She didn't even want to take accountability for what she did. He wouldn't have shot himself if she wouldn't have pulled the weapon out. She wouldn't have pulled the weapon out if she wouldn't have followed him. She wouldn't have followed him unless she was doing what? Trying to play hero, sense of entitlement. Okay? So she tried to play the victim. She initially tried to justify her actions by saying that she acted in self-defense. He was lunging at me. He was lunging at me and he touched the weapon and it went off. It's not my fault. He shot himself. She tried to paint it all on him, even though she inserted herself in a situation that she should never been in. It was so unnecessary. Hannah didn't make not one damn dime off of this situation. And again, I'm going to say it again, she was told to stand down. She was told not to follow the man. She was told to let the cops do the cops' job. But Hannah wanted to be a hero. Another narcissistic trait is arrogance and defensiveness in court. Now, we didn't go over the whole court procedure because we don't even have to, okay? But as I was looking at the verdict, and I did a little more research before that, but we ain't going over the whole thing. She and her legal team, I don't know why, because the legal team had to suck in order for him to think that she was going to be justified. But they actually thought that they were going to get off. So her demeanor throughout the trial, her demeanor suggested an expectation of leniency, okay? She literally thought that she was justified for what she did. I was just trying to be a law-abiding citizen. Don't I get credit for that? And then when the verdict was read, Lord have mercy, honey, the look on her face was a sign of shock and disbelief. She couldn't believe it. That's a narcissist, baby. That indicates a lack of accountability. How shocked she was when she heard the word guilty. See, some people, they know they're going to be guilty because they know their ass is guilty. But she was shocked when she heard guilty. That further lets you know that's a narcissistic trait, because throughout the whole entire trial, even up to the verdict was read, Hannah Montana thought she did right. She thought that she was going to be set free. Many narcissists believe that they can talk their way out of consequences, and she thought she had did just that. Okay? So the shock on her face is a lack of accountability. What a narc. Now, last but not least, what is one of the last characteristics that you guys notice? Tell me, before I even put it down, is one of the biggest indicator of being a damn narcissist. One of the biggest indicators of being a narcissist. Let me see who gets it first. One last characteristic of narcissistic behaviors that that Hannah Montana showed. Anybody know? Going once, going twice. Okay, I see crying. I see deflecting. No. Come on. It's a big one. It's a big one. Think a little harder, little deeper. It's a big one. Anybody else want to take a shot at it? She said the woe is me look, control, professional victim. Hey, Des with the T. I said Des with the T. I said Des with the T. No genuine remorse. No genuine remorse. She didn't give no damns. You want to know why? She didn't think she did nothing wrong. That is a pure sign of a narcissist, when they don't take no accountability or even feel bad about what they did. There was no indication that she expressed deep remorse or took responsibility for her actions at all. Okay? She only displayed, oh my God, I'm hurt. She only was concerned about her own loss, her own freedom, her own reputation. She didn't give a damn that she just unalived somebody's 62-year-old loved one. She didn't care. She did not care. She didn't say, normally during a sentencing, a criminal, or should I say the defendant, normally says, Your Honor, can I make a statement, please? Can I make a statement, please? I am so sorry for what I did. I was wrong. But we didn't see that in this sentencing. No genuine remorse whatsoever. She did not care. She only cared about, she just lost her damn freedom. She just ruined her damn life. You in your early 20s and you go try to play freaking cop. You pull your weapon out and you unalive yourself. I want y'all to take a good look at Miss Hannah Montana. Her name is Hannah Payne, you guys. I'm just saying Hannah Montana trying to be funny. But Hannah Payne, look how smiley and happy she looked before the incident. She even dyed her hair blonde, baby. She dyed her hair blonde, honey. She was looking all cute, wasn't she? Wasn't she? Well, not anymore, honey. Hannah is done screwed up her life, child. In 25 years, she ain't gonna know what to do. So, again, you guys, we're going to dissect narcissistic criminals. We're going to go over the verdict and sentencing reactions, okay? We're going to highlight how we can spot these, and hopefully this would encourage you also to don't do things like this, okay? Because guess what? Until that verdict is read, until your sentence is read off, honey, baby, your life is in somebody else's hands. Let me read some of y'all comments. Hey, Gigi, how you doing, baby? How you feeling? She wore a cross around her neck to go to church. I'm taking a guess. She probably never wore it until then. Ooh, we don't know, baby. We don't know, baby. But that cross did not help her, okay? QC says, I wonder if she was offered a plea deal. Ooh, that's a good question. Let me find out. Was Hannah offered a plea. Well, let's just see. Yes, she was. Oh my God. So she was offered a plea. Ooh, y'all. Oh,
Clayton County,
goodness.
Georgia.
So she was offered a plea and her ass said no. Okay, so, oh, well, the plea that she was offered is the same thing what she got. So they offer her a plea of life in a sentence of life with possibility of parole. She rejected it and countered it with a 5-year sentence. And the prosecutor said, hell no, you ain't getting 5 years, girl. What's wrong with you? So she was offered a plea. She says no, and she still end up getting, well, she actually got more than that because they offer her life in prison with the possibility of parole. She says no. So they gave her life in prison plus 8 plus 5. Okay. So she probably could have been 13 years less. 13 years less, but she rejected it. She came back and said, I just want to do 5 years. That's that narcissistic shit as well, okay? Because narcissists think that they're going to be able to, they want the control. They want things their way, all right? She wanted the control. She's like, no, I'm not doing life. I'll do 5 years. I'll do 5 years. That's it. That's all. I'll give you 5. And they said, nah, get somebody else to do it, all right? So she ended up getting the same thing that they offered her, plus 13 additional years. Everyone gets a plea deal before trial. She said no because she thought she would get off totally with no charge or jail time. Exactly. Let's get down to business. That's what narcs think. Narcs always think they can beat somebody. They can win. Listen, let me tell you something. Narcissists, their main goal is to win, to beat you. But we're going to, like I said, we're going to break down the fakes because honey, I don't know what's better than seeing a narcissist have to face the consequences of their actions. Some of them get away with it, but not all. Okay? She said, I'm asking because the judge says something about felon with the firearm. What did you say, Kibo? Let me see. Kibo asked a question of, has she been in trouble with the law prior to that day? I don't think so. Hold on. I think Hannah was a law-abiding citizen. Let me see. Hannah have prior charges. No, she had no criminal charges before. This is the first time. Now, let me just say this now. A lot of criminals, narcissistic criminals, right? They actually find a way to dodge the court system. They find a way to stay below the radar. They're very good talkers, mind you. So they find a way to not get caught. Okay. They talk their way out of a lot of things. And Hannah probably has done that before, you know, but this particular time, she wasn't able to talk her way out. She was not able to talk her way out. Okay. And let me just say this, most narcissists, when they are able to talk their way out of prior incidents, they eventually too get caught in doing something. It may be years and years and years down the line, but eventually they slip up and eventually they get caught. All right. She said Hannah should have minded her own business instead of trying to play hero. Well, she's a narcissist. That's why she did what she did. It was entitlement. She wanted to be the hero. 911 told her, we got it. Thank you so very much. Pat yourself on the back. We got it from here. If she would have just paid attention to the damn dispatcher, she wouldn't be snot-nosed crying and sitting up there in somebody's prison cell. Okay? She's punished for the old and the now karma. Exactly. She said Hannah should have minded her business. Yep. Everyone gets a plea. Okay, I read that one. This is why you keep your passports on hand. Listen to you, Robbie. What you saying? She should have ran. You said she should have ran. She's going to be 63 when she get out of there. Hey, 63. She said, I have to catch the replay. My phone will not stop ringing. Oh my goodness. Okay. So anyway, no remorse. Exactly, Nene. No remorse at all. She said, oh my God, Amor, you at 13K. Yes, girl, I made 13K yesterday. Well, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? One of them. I think the day before yesterday. Yes. She said, I was going to ask if she made a statement. If she did, they just didn't play it in the sentencing. Normally, they let you do it in the sentencing, but I didn't see it. Okay. Now, let me know if you guys like that, because listen, we only been on for an hour. I can get another one right quick that I didn't went over, or we can call it quits for the day, and y'all can jump back on the Internet Sister Live, because I know she is tearing a hole in the brothers, baby, in the brothers. Let me know. Let me know, do y'all want to see another one, or are we good on the court verdicts and sentence breakdown for today? Let me know. I want to get a feel of you guys. Are we going to be doing one or two of these each live? Okay. Let me know. She did it to herself. Absolutely, she did it to herself, Samantha. She did it to herself. She took the law into her own hands. A lot of people do it. I'm not. You would never, even if I see somebody stealing something out of a store, if I'm just a citizen, I don't even give a dang on if I work there. I am not about to chase you. I'm not about to check you. I'm not about to, only thing I'm going to do, I ain't even going to say shit to you, to be honest with you. I will go up to the register or whatever, and I say, hey, I just want you to know on aisle 5, they might be, I might even do this. I don't even know if I will do it, but I might say, y'all might want to check your cameras, because the lady on aisle 5 or the man on aisle 5 is taking some stuff from you. But I be doggone if I try to do any type of arrest, baby. I will never be that invested, honey. I'm not that citizen, okay? I am not that citizen. I would never, ever, ever. All right, y'all said do 2. I should say look up. No. Okay, so send it to me if you want me to do a review of a court case, send it to my inbox. But I already have another one that I was going to do tomorrow, so I'll go ahead and do it today. It's a TikTok influencer, baby. We're going to do this TikTok influencer, since y'all say go ahead and do the second one, okay? She said, Amor, have you been following Rocky Day 7 in court? Is my hair? Yes, I have. We're going to go over that, but not today. Not today. Let's do this one right here. This guy was, ruined his whole life, baby. This joker ruined his whole life. Hold on. Let me get this guy right here. This is one of my TikTokers, influencers, turned criminal. His name. Hold on. I'm going to get the version that I already looked at last night, which is, hold on, I want to get the right version that I want to tell you guys. Was it this one? Hold on, y'all. I want to make sure I get the right one. No, not that one. I want the other one. Oh, this one right here. Okay.
Involved.
All right, so now we're gonna do now on this one, I'm not gonna do the verdict. All right, I'll only do the sentencing on this one. Now I have to add him to my my thumbnail after we get off. But this guy name is how do you say the guy name? Ali Abulaban. Anyway, Alaban or something like that. But I'm gonna let y'all see him. Hold on. Let's bring him up, baby. He went from famous TikTok influencer to criminal. All right. So now let me tell you what he did. Okay. Now he is a TikToker, famous TikToker. Apparently his wife, he suspected her of cheating. Okay. So when he suspected her of cheating, I think she told him she didn't want to be with him no more. So he had already premeditatedly contacted one of his friends and said, I'm going to unalive her. All right. So when he walks in the house, he does just that. He pop the guy that was in the house, and then he pops her. All right. But his defense was it was an act of passion. Okay. Let me just read what they said in the little description because, I'm not going to go over the whole case. But it says former TikTok let's just say Ali because I don't know how to say his name. He was sentenced. Oop, I ain't going to tell you the sentence. Anyway, let's just say what he did. So he popped his wife and her friend, Ray Barn. It was a guy. During this dramatic sentencing, there were several outbursts, screaming, matches, and tears. Okay, I thought they was going to get a back award. Anyway, let's look at this sentence and let's pick up his narcissistic trait, shall we? Hold on 1 second. Give me a second. Give me a second. All right, here we go.
But he shot Ray first. Shot him in the head. And in
Now, I want y'all to, well, anyway, you'll hear it. You'll hear it.
intent to kill. You don't shoot people in the head unless you want to kill them. And in front of Anna. That was deliberate. He wanted her to see it. Very cruel. He took photos immediately afterwards. Who does that?
A former TikTok star finally faces his fate after being convicted of gunning down his estranged wife and her friend execution style.
My response in that moment was an unintended, impulsive reaction against my better judgment to the discovery of Ray's romantic involvement with my wife. And for that, I'm sorry.
Ali Abulaban, who was known online by the username GymKid, was convicted in May of this year on 2 counts of first-degree murder for the 2021 shooting deaths of his estranged wife, Anna, and her friend, Rayburn Barron. While his social media persona was that of a jokester and doting husband.
Now, do y'all remember him? I remember him, and I'm not even a TikTok watcher, but I remember their dancing. It came all on Facebook and everything because they goofy. They were a goofy couple. I remember them being a goofy couple. I think they just muted it because, they don't want to get their video flagged over no music.
Prosecutors, his persona was the complete opposite of who he really is. As they say, Abulaban was a jealous, controlling, and abusive husband.
All right, so his name is pronounced Abulaban. He is from the Middle East, baby, that lives here in the United States. Abulaban. Okay?
Wish they had a guy like me. They wish they had a guy like me. They don't even have fathers for their kids. Even Julia said, "You're such a good person to my daughter." I am the best man you ever met. You're the dumbest type of devoted my life to. You are the dumbest. I wish we never had a kid together because of how fucking stupid you are. You put Julia and her kid before our own daughter. You put Claire. You put everybody. You put that Tranny before our own daughter.
Now, mind you, we are here to break down the narcissistic traits of the individual that is on about to learn their fate. Now, this is the sentencing that he is now having to be forced to listen to. In the sentencing, they're letting him re-listen to his own nastiness, his own abuse. So you see him tearing papers up because that's him not wanting to hear it. Okay. He don't want to hear how awful he was, the nasty things that he say. A lot of narcissists, you guys, will actually tell you delete those videos because they don't want to hear themselves being an abuser. They can't stand it. So they'll threaten you or try to not listen to their own abusive behaviors. They can't stand it. Okay. Oh, did you see him laugh? Oh my God. Did y'all see that? Did y'all? I gotta run it back. Did y'all see him snicker over his own abusiveness? Listen, they're playing a recording of him telling her how useless she is. This Negro is going to laugh.
I devoted my life to. You are the dumbest. I wish we never had a kid together because of how fucking stupid you are. put Julia and her kid before our own daughter. You put Claire, you put everybody, you put that tranny before our own daughter. You put her before your husband.
He laughed because he told her, you put a whole tranny before our own daughter. That joker is getting ready to get sentenced right now, but he's showing what? No remorse. But we're going to get to that in a minute when I break down the character, the narc characteristics that we find in him, okay, on this sentencing day.
You put that tranny before our own daughter. You put her before your husband. You are so dumb.
He looked around because that look, he's kind of ashamed that they actually hear him talking like that. Now, a narcissist don't like to be revealed. They want their abusiveness to stay on the low. And when they're exposed as being a narc, they feel away. So when he just looked around at the camera, I want you to see how he looked around the room and at the camera, not around the room, but he kind of looked up and he kind of glanced at the camera a little bit because he actually feel ashamed. They like for their shit to stay on the low. They don't like being exposed. Excuse me. They don't like being exposed whatsoever.
You are so dumb.
Look how he looked at the judge. Look how he looked at the camera. That's the camera right there, you guys. He looked up at the judge first and then he looked at the camera. Now he know he's being filmed. He know he's being filmed. He's an influencer. He's used to being on the camera. He's used to performing for the camera. Okay. So he looks up at the judge and then he looks up at the camera. He's ashamed. He's being exposed. The whole world is hearing how what an awful, abusive man he was to his own wife.
So dumb. Enjoy your little.
You see how his lawyer looked at him and how he looked at her? Huh? He looked at his lawyer like, what? You're judging me? What? What? You're judging me? What? You're judging me? This is sentence day, you guys. This is sentence day.
Enjoy your little. Enjoy your little. Oh. You're my woman. I brought you.
Woo! Did y'all hear that? He said, you are my woman. I brought you into this country. I think he said, I brought you into this country. Let's listen again. You're my woman. I brought you into this country. Ooh, I want y'all to take notes now. Write down whatever narcissistic trait that you hear because we're going to go over them at the end, okay?
I
brought you into this country. He said, you should be kissing my feet, baby. Did y'all hear that? Listen. How many of the narcs have already came out here and said, I made you. I created you. You wouldn't be nothing without me. I saved you from the ghetto, the hood, the huts. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even exist. I brought you into this country. You are my woman. Woo! Write down the traits, you guys. Write down the traits.
You should be sucking my.
He said, you should be sucking my D and kissing my feet, is what he said to his wife, baby. You should be sucking my D and kissing my feet.
You're my. I brought you. You should be sucking my feet. Ungrateful.
At the time,
And then he tells her she's ungrateful. You're ungrateful. I brought you into this country. You should be sucking my D and you should be kissing my feet. And that's the mother of his daughter.
with the murders, Ali and Anna were separated. Ali was living in a hotel about 15 minutes away from his once shared luxury high-rise.
So I didn't even know that. So that's why I don't really know the bolts of the story or whatever, but y'all just heard it. They were separated during the time of the pop, okay? They were separated. She was living in a hotel and he was living in the house, okay?
Apartment with Anna. And according to prosecutors, he became so jealous and paranoid about Anna that he installed a listening app on their daughter's iPad and hopes to catch Anna with another man. Ali?
He installed a listening app, baby. How many ways can you say a person is a narc without saying they're a narc? He installed a listening app. Now, we've heard, when I've been breaking down other cases of narcissistic guys out here on social media, we already know that there's one guy that brought a whole damn teddy bear with a recording in the bear, okay? A camera recording or whatever in the damn bear. Huh? A listening device on his child's iPad. Woo, child. Can you call him a narc without calling him a narc?
He testified during his trial and admitted once he heard through the listening device that Anna and Ray were together in her apartment, it sent him into a rage. So he sped over to the apartment, firing off 6 separate shots.
Okay. So it wasn't a text message. I thought it was. You probably will hear that it was a text message because I heard it was a text message. So he was spying through the listening device. He was spying and he heard that another man was at the hotel or at the apartment or whatever with his wife, who he was separated from at the time, through the listening device. She's with another with another man, and I don't like it.
To Anna and Ray's heads.
My gun was in my hand, and next thing I'm shooting, and I can't stop. I'm just shooting, and I'm even startled. It's like I'm watching it happen. I'm like I'm in the passenger seat of my own body. I can't stop it. I hear Anna screaming and crying.
Now, don't seem like the same person that was yelling in that phone now, does it? Now, I think this is his last time on trial. On the, this is Law and Crime Network. So they're showing a little bits of pieces during the sentencing. They're showing little bits and pieces of the trial. Okay. And I think this was his last day on trial.
I don't even remember shooting Anna. I just remember running back to the front door.
Oh, now he don't remember it. Oh, they always just forget. I didn't even know I shot her. I don't even remember. I blacked out. I just don't remember any of that awful, nasty, disgusting things that I did. I don't even remember shooting her.
Grabbed the door handle and then it hit me. Did that just happen?
The trial culminated with...
You see how he had no tears in his eyes as he was crying? Huh?
Anna and Ray's loved ones cheering after he was convicted.
We, the jury in the above entitled cause, find the defendant, Ali Abulaban, guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree.
Now, I want you to pay attention that this was the verdict, okay? This was the verdict right here. So they put it all together. So this was the verdict. I want you to pay attention when they just say guilty. I want you to pay attention what he does when they bust out clapping. He looked back like, you mother effers have the audacity to clap after they done found me guilty. The man looked back at the crowd like, you mother effers. You mother effers. You gonna clap because I was found guilty? What? How dare you? He looked back like, how dare you? Okay, hold on. Let's go back.
The crime of murder in the first degree.
Fast forward to September when Abulaban faced sentencing, his defense attorney tried to motion for a new trial.
This was something that we had addressed with the court and counsel during trial as it happened right during, I should say.
I'm going to fast forward just a bit, just to get to the part when well, you know what? I don't even need to hear that. We don't even need to go over that one. Let me fast forward. I'm not going to do the impact statements because it's long. But during the impact statement, he did have a tendency to have a lot of emotions. But let's just go here. All right, let's go here. Oops, not that one. Oh, yeah.
He said he wanted Abulaban to rot in prison.
I would love to see a son of life in prison without parole. This is what this guy needs. I don't consider him a man. A man would not be but I hope he gets life.
I want to get to his impact statement now. Let's get to the impact statement of this narcissist, okay? Here we go. This is the impact statement coming up of this narcissist. Now, a narcissist always think what? That they can talk their way out of things, okay? So now he is going to give his statement to the family, all right? And I want you guys to listen to it.
222.53D. I don't think that there is any justification for imposing an additional 25 to life on each count, given that Mr. Abulaban, based on what is the anticipated sentence, will spend the rest of his life in prison without the possibility of parole. And we are asking the court to make this.
May I?
Hold on.
Your Honor, I have something written.
Okay.
May I face?
Sure.
So now he's going to do his statement and he's asking, can he face the family? Okay, here we go. Now, mind you, all through the impact statement, he was rolling his eyes, he was fidgeting, he was getting upset at the things they were saying. But we're going to analyze it from here, okay?
Good morning, everyone. In a situation like this, there really isn't much a person can say that can help make things better. Losing a loved one to senseless and unnecessary violence isn't something that anyone should have to go through. And yet it has happened. And here I am being the reason why multiple families have had to experience it. I can't say that I'm proud of that. Throughout this trial, many horrific things were displayed. And as we sat here for weeks having to endure some of the most disturbing audio recordings and video footage, I sat there in silence, listening, watching, and being reminded of the worst moments of my life. Having to hear myself say some of the most vile, shocking, and hateful things to the woman I love was not easy.
You heard him how he just said, having to sit there and listen to the most vile and hateful things to the woman that he loved was not easy. He said having to sit and listen to it wasn't easy. Why? Because a narc does not like to hear themselves being abusive. That's why they would say things like, delete those videos right now and get my voice off that internet. Okay? They can't stand hearing themselves be abusive to anyone.
In fact, I couldn't help but at times close my eyes and cover my ears. Because that's not who I am.
He said he closed his eyes and covered his ears because that's not who he is. That's just who he is. It's not who he is on camera. It's just who he is behind the camera, okay? When the camera is not running.
My behavior was disgusting and completely unacceptable. So when the time came for me to take the stand, I tried as best as I could to help make some sense of all this. To explain that everything you all saw in the last few months leading up to this incident was a horrific result of the tragic downfall to a once beautiful relationship. But even so, in those 3 days that I took the stand, I was able to share and say a lot of things, except the one thing I wanted to say the most. I am so incredibly sorry to each and every one of you who have been affected by this. I cannot imagine the pain that I've caused your family. I saw the look on all your faces and the tears in your eyes, and I hate that I'm the reason for it.
He then blamed his drug addiction for his state of mind leading up to Anna and Rayburn's gruesome murders.
On that day of October 21st, 2021, I was in the worst physical and mental state of my life. I was sick, suffering from an untreated severe mental illness that was combined with
making excuses. He's saying drugs is what made him do the awful, nasty, mean things that he did.
crippling drug addiction, which put me in a state of a drug-induced psychosis. My response in that moment was an unintended, impulsive reaction against my better judgment to the discovery of rape.
Unintended, impulsive reaction after you'd implanted a listening device in your daughter's iPad. It was unintended and impulsive. Yeah, nah,
His romantic involvement with my wife.
He said a man was romantically involved with my wife. possession, baby. Possession. They were separated. Look at the possession that he said, with my wife. With my wife.
Judgment to the discovery of Ray's romantic involvement with my wife. And for that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So it's almost like he's trying to push the blame back off on her. Like, I found out Ray's emotional romantic involvement with my wife.
That in that moment, I was not mentally strong enough to control myself. I'm sorry that my horrendous action that day resulted in the undeserved deaths of Rayburn Barone and Anna Marie Abulaban.
You see how he's looking? Because he wants them to believe his remorse. And I ain't even gonna say remorse. He wants them to believe that he is remorseful. He's looking back at them to see their reaction as he's reading his statement. All right, let me go back. I want y'all to catch that right quick. He's gonna look up like, aren't you gonna say something? Like, aren't you gonna look sorry for me?
I'm sorry that my horrendous action that day resulted in the undeserved deaths of Rayburn Barone and Anna Marie Abulaban. My partner, my best friend, the mother of my daughter, and the love of my life. I am ashamed of what took place. I am devastated by the damage that I've caused to Anna's family, to Ray's family, and to my family. If I could undo all of this, I wouldn't hesitate. If I could go back to that day, I would have left for LA first thing in the morning as I had originally planned. I would have given Anna the space she wanted, and I would have used that time to focus on getting the proper help I so desperately needed. And I would get on my knees and beg Anna for forgiveness. Forgiveness for becoming distracted, for letting my anxiety and my insecurities affect my thoughts and my behavior towards Anna and towards her friend. Forgiveness for using cocaine as a remedy and becoming addicted because of it.
Again, he's identifying that he was on cocaine, okay? He's still trying to blame it on the drugs. And I'm not saying drugs don't alter your state of mind, but I believe this man is just abusive whether he's doing drugs or not, in my opinion. Just because of the things that he was saying, you know?
My responsibilities to you, Anna, as your husband, and my responsibilities as a father. And for allowing the drugs to turn me into a pathetic empty shell of the man that she fell in love.
Again, listen how many times he tried to use the drugs.
Because of those factors, I lost myself. And because of those factors, I lost Anna. I am so deeply sorry to each and every one of you who have suffered for the last 3 years. To the Cardenas Barone family, to Ray's mother and father, I am so sorry for what I've done to your son. To Jordana and his siblings, I am so sorry for what I've done to your brother. I really wish I could have gotten to know Ray the way that you all do, the way his friends do. And
now he has the nerve to say he really wish he could have got to know Ray, the guy that he just accused of sleeping with his wife. He said he really wish he would have got to know Ray like they know him before he unalived him.
Just how consistently you all showed up to this trial in support of him, I have no doubt in my mind that Ray was a good person. The world has truly suffered a great loss, and for that, I'm terribly sorry. I wish this never happened. To Anna Marie's family, whom I still love and consider to be my family. There's so much I want to say. To Anna's mother, Amalia, and to Ron, you trusted me to protect your daughter, and I failed you. I wish there was something more I could offer besides an apology. I wish there was a way for me to fix this. I'm so truly sorry for what I've done to Anna, her parents, her siblings, aunts, and her uncles. I feel terrible. Anna was the most beautiful woman I've ever met, and I wanted to spend the rest of my life with her. To love and cherish her, never to hurt her, to build her up, not to break her down. But I feel it.
To control her, to abuse her, to treat her like shit.
I am thankful, however, that Anna and I were able to have a child, a granddaughter for both of our families to rejoice with. It is my belief that the love and spirit that Anna radiated will continue on through her. To Amira.
Now I want y'all to listen to see what this man has to say to his daughter.
My beloved daughter. Amira, when you're old enough to see this, please don't blame yourself.
What the hell type person say, please don't blame yourself? Why would she? Why would the daughter blame herself over something that he did? Why would she? Why would she blame herself? Please explain that to me.
None of this is your fault. Your mom loved you so much, and I love you so much. You were the strongest girl I've ever known, and I'm so proud to be your fault. I'm sorry for what my foolish actions have cost me, for what's been taken from me. I'm sorry that now you not only have to grow up without your mother, but now you have to grow up without your father too. I'm ashamed. But that is why I will strive each and every day to better myself, to seek rehabilitation, and to hopefully one day come back home to you. Because not being a part of your daily life tears me apart.
Okay, you see how he in this statement that he's reading, a grandiose sense of entitlement, he literally said, and I pray that one day I'll be able to rehabilitate and come back to you. So he already thinking that he's going to do what? Receive leniency. Okay. He already feel like, oh, if I do this letter and if I read it and if I say I'm sorry 15 times, the judge will give me leniency and I'll be reconnected with my daughter. Okay.
He wrapped up his statement by saying the jury got the case wrong, that it was actually a crime of passion and not a cold-blooded, premeditated murder.
To the Honorable Judge Frazier, I want to thank you for being extremely fair to me throughout this trial and for giving me the opportunity to defend myself. It is truly unfortunate that despite the compelling evidence that this was a crime of passion, somehow the jury still landed on this verdict, and they certainly wasted no time in doing so. The fact that
so now he mad at the jury for coming back with a quick verdict of guilty.
I spent more time on the stand than the jury took to deliberate my fate is very concerning. In fact, the jury foreman himself told Fox 5 news reporters that a few of the jurors wanted to pick second degree, but were pressured not to by the rest of the jury. I think that speaks for itself, loud and clear, that reasonable doubt was intentionally overlooked and that justice was not the motivating factor behind the decision. It was vengeance.
So he actually think that he should have been able to get off with a crime of passion by popping both of them. Oh, it was a crime of passion. It was a crime of passion. But I want you to hear what the judge has to say about that crime of passion.
And now I am left with no other option but to spend the rest of my life in prison, death by incarceration. A very slow and drawn-out death sentence. That means that 50 years from now, should I still be alive, I would still not be considered for release. I don't think that's fair at all. Especially after it has been made clear that drugs and alcohol were involved. And add that to along with infidelity and mental illness. And you've got to.
So he's still claiming that it was drugs, infidelity, and mental illness. So the only thing that he's taking responsibility for is being on drugs and having a mental illness, right? And he's blaming his wife for infidelity. He's not really taking accountability for what he did. He's blaming it on something else. That is a pure sign of a narc.
Recipe for disaster. One that anyone could fall into. It's happened to me and I still can't. Being sent to prison without the hope of ever getting out honestly feels like I'm being sent to hell. And that's terrifying. And I don't think that's right either. Personally, I believe everyone should have the ability to parole because everyone has the ability to change. But nonetheless, even still, it is my goal to serve my time with the utmost outstanding conduct and to participate in every rehabilitative program while being a positive role model to other prisoners. And I will do all this to the best of my ability with the goal of one day safely transitioning back into society. And
again, he's still talking about transitioning back into society. Now, he has not been given a sentence yet. He don't know what the judge is going to sentence him to. He is just reading a statement, an apology statement to the victim's family before the judge hands down the sentence. Okay, pay attention. All right. He's trying to butter up, in my opinion, trying to butter up the judge so the judge won't throw the book at his ass.
Finally, to everyone else, I extend my deepest apology from the bottom of my heart. I'm sorry. I wish you all peace, healing, love, and abundant joy in your future. I will continue to pray that I may earn your forgiveness. Thank you.
So now that's what, 2 pages? More than 2. So hold on. 4. So 4 pages. Look, take note how he looks at the family member, because I think one just got up and walked out. He's looking because he wants to, let me tell you, a narcissist want you to buy whatever they tell you. They want you to buy their bullshit. And so they look for your reactions. And if it looks like you ain't buying this shit, it makes them mad. Okay. It angers them. They want you to believe them. Y'all, we've seen it a lot, honey. We've seen it a lot. They can say it over and over and over and over and over. These narcissists come out here and they repeat the same shit over and over and over and over and over. I didn't do it. 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 It's because they want everybody to believe that they didn't. Okay. It could be everybody but one person don't believe them, and they will try their damnedest convince that one damn person that they didn't do it. I need everybody to believe me. Everybody. I need everybody.
All right.
When it came time for the judge to hand down his decision, he made it clear, even if Abulaban had the opportunity for probation, the judge wouldn't grant it.
The jury heard all of the evidence. The jury evaluated all.
Now, the judge is getting ready to read the sentence, but baby, I need you guys to lock your eyes on this joker right here, the criminal, the narc criminal, because baby, he about to give us all types of reactions and behaviors up in here, okay?
All of the evidence. The jury came back with a first-degree verdict, which was the correct verdict. It was a verdict that, when you look at the totality of all that happened during this particular crime, it's the only verdict a reasonable person could come up with. And considering all the evidence, and I'll just hit a few high points that I think, honestly, the jury was looking at. The defendant's text message to his cousin about killing.
Yeah, so I knew it was a text message somewhere involved. So he actually sent his cousin a text message and said, I'm about to go over there and pop, 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 pop. He already told him. So how is that not premeditated, right? That's premeditated to me, but let's continue.
Defendant's controlling, demeaning behavior. When he said just a few minutes ago, he wants us to know who he is. That's who he is. It's very clear from the videos. His driving over to the apartment with a loaded gun. The fact that the victims were helpless, completely taken by surprise. The planning of a listening device. Firing within seconds of entering the apartment, clearly showing an intent to kill, not heat of passion. Willful, deliberate, premeditated, cold-blooded murder.
Absolutely.
And something that is hard to explain, Ray was not involved in their problems at all, but he shot Ray first. Shot him in the head in an intent to kill. You don't shoot people in the head unless you want to kill them. And in front of Anna. That was deliberate. He wanted her to see it. very cruel.
That's a good observation from the judge. Him wanting his wife to see that him wanting the wife to see her friend get unalive. He wanted her to see that because it will pain her. You understand what I'm saying? He wanted to hurt her.
He took photos immediately afterwards. Who does that?
Yeah, who takes photos? If it's a heat of crime, a heat of passion, who photos their victims?
Calls his mother. He had 3 days on the stand to explain his actions. He explained them. And the jurors came up again with the only reasonable verdict, which is a first-degree verdict. They also found, because there was 2 deaths, that this was multiple murder under Penal Code Section 190.2A3. The next thing this court has to consider is the gun enhancements. In the state of California, the legislature has both slowly and quickly changed certain enhancements, and the court is obligated to look at reducing certain enhancements, including those that require or have a 20-plus year addition to the sentence. And again, I look at both mitigating and aggravating factors. Of course, it goes without saying this crime in great.
You see how he's mumbling under his breath? He's mumbling under his breath. I don't know if he's actually doing it to his lawyer or is he just doing it to himself, you know? But he's definitely angry at this point. No remorse.
It involved great violence. It involved a firearm. It involved vulnerable victims who, again, had no time to react, no time to defend themselves. It involved planning. I don't think you could say it was sophistication or professionalism, but it certainly involved planning. When you load a gun, arm yourself with a gun, drive 10 or 15 minutes to an apartment complex. As we saw on video, his demeanor going up the elevator, his demeanor going down the elevator, that showed planning. And obviously he took advantage of a position of trust. There's clearly that she didn't know he had a key, but he took advantage of that.
The judge didn't hold back in saying Abulaban's performance on the stand during his trial was essentially that, a performance, before then handing down his fate.
I've watched him here during all of this time. He's a very talented actor. He is a very talented actor. When I saw the Scarface videos, it's as if when he committed these crimes, he became that persona of Scarface, of just cold-blooded killing without remorse.
I'm laughing because this joker does not want to hear that. Do you hear me? Narcs can't stand when you point them out and tell them what type of person they really are. They cannot stand it, baby. He's forced to listen to someone that can read through his BS. The judge is about to read straight through him and he can't stand it.
Any tears that he's cried in this courtroom have been for himself. They are not for Ray and Anna. It's just, that's the reality. He fears the consequences, as he should, of his actions. But as he sits here today, I don't know if he's really sorry. I have serious reservations about it. I know he's sorry about the consequences of going to prison for the rest of his life. But
he's so mad at this judge. Like, how can you say that to me? How can you say that about me? You don't know if I'm sorry. Why is he even talking to the lawyer at this point? This is crazy to me.
I can't say that I think he's sorry for having killed these 2 innocent human beings. He's a very selfish person, as I think the jury saw. That was something that his character kind of came through, and we asked, who is Ali Abulaban? That's who he is. He's somebody that is only thinking about himself, and the idea of killing 2 innocent people doesn't disturb him. It's chilling. So the bottom line here is
this man is, I don't even know what he's saying, but it looks like he's muttering, like, can he say this stuff? Can he do this? Can he just sit here and insult me like this? This dude is angry, y'all. He is mad. Like, how you gonna let this judge just sit here and say this? How you just gonna let him say these nasty things about me?
he will die in prison. He will never be a free man. He will take his last breath there.
Oh my God, let's go back. Hold on, let's go back right quick. Hold on, I was running my mouth. Let's go back.
He will die in prison.
Hold on, let me go back just a little bit more. Hold on, okay.
That's who he is. He's somebody that is only thinking about himself, and the idea of killing two innocent people doesn't disturb him. It's chilling. So the bottom line here is he will die in prison. He will never be a free man. He will take his last breath there.
How the hell is he gonna get mad that people are happy that he got life in prison without the possibility of parole? He mad, y'all. The man is mad because other people are happy for his verdict. He just threw a whole tantrum sitting at his chair. He 38 hot. You right, Dan. He is 38 hot, baby. A whole narcissist. They do not like having to face their consequences. They don't like having to deal with it. He mad because they got it right this time. That's why he's mad. He thought his 4-page letter to the family / the judge / his daughter was going to make the judge think, oh, give him some leniency. Give him some leniency. And the judge threw the book at his ass, okay? And he's mad about it. He is hot, y'all. I'm talking about hot.
It's chilling. So the bottom line here is he will die in prison. He will never be a free man. He will take his last breath there. Please. In this matter, the defendant on count 1 will be sentenced to life without the possibility of probation via Penal Code Section 1190.2.
Look how he looked at the camera like, are you effing kidding me right now? I don't think I've ever seen nobody throw a tantrum like this, but baby, let's go.
Parent A, Parent 3. Consecutive to that will be 25 years to life on the gun enhancement under Penal Code Section 12022.53D. Consecutive to count 1 will be count 2, which will be life without the possibility of parole. Penal Code Section 190.2, Parent A 3. Consecutive to that will be the gun enhancement of 25 to life under Penal Code Section 12022.53D. Total prison term, 50 years to life plus LWOP. Life without the...
It sounds like he got life plus life plus life plus 50 years plus life, die, go to wherever you're gonna go, come back, do life again, plus another life, die again, come back, life again, and one more life. God dang, bro.
Possibility of parole.
In addition to...
All right. So that is I forgot how to say his name again. Ali. Let's just call him Ali, okay? Ali. He is the TikTok influencer that was doing very well on TikTok. Matter of fact, he was doing very well on TikTok and he became lifey in prison. Okay. So now he got his fate. Hold on. Let me see if they're gonna, nope, that's it on that one. So now let's break down what type of narcissistic traits did you see in him? Y'all put them in the chat as I read them off. I'm going to read some that I saw, but if you guys can, name a few in the chat, I will read them as well. She said he threw a whole tantrum. I would have fainted. Man, I would have been crying the whole time. You hear me, baby? He throwing paper and stuff, around. What they going to do? That ain't gonna make his time in prison any less, okay? All right, let's go over some of the traits. I see some of you, Glenn said all above, all the narcissistic traits above. That's what she saw. Meg said entitlement, baby. Yes, honey. Extreme possessiveness and control. Did we not hear that? Oh, yeah. Dad said manipulation, not owning up to what he did, lack of empathy. Look, Lynn said unbelievable, failure to accept accountability. Yes, y'all got him this time. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Let's go over some, okay? Extreme possessiveness and control. We heard this man bust out, you belong to me. You're my wife. You should be sucking me off and you should be kissing my feet, okay? Control, extreme possessiveness. The way he was looking around in the courtroom at the family, trying to even get a reaction out of them. He wanted them to have all the attention on him. Even when one got up to walk out, he even followed them with his eyes like, how dare you walk out while I'm still talking? How dare you not accept my apologies? He literally was, showing off extreme control all throughout his sentencing. All right. He showed possessiveness when it was told that, well, revealed, should I say, that he put a camera, no, not a camera, but a listening device in his daughter's iPad. Okay, that's even control. Total control. All right, he wanted to monitor her every move. And then the one time he did catch another man around, what did he do? He went and boom, 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 and then tried to say, oh, it was an act of passion. All right. Grandiosis and a superiority complex. All right. He was, you're my wife. That was my wife. She committed infidelity. This man was sleeping with my wife. You understand what I'm saying? That's control and superiority. All right. Lack of empathy, lack of emotion, emotional manipulation, the victim mindset, shifting the blame. He was trying to say, oh, it was because of the drugs. It was because of the infidelity. It was because I have a mental issue. Okay. He actually tried to paint himself as a victim, and most narcissists do. Most narcissists do not want to take accountability. They struggle with it. It's big for them. A big struggle with taking any type of accountability. So they try to pinpoint something to push the blame off on. And that is exactly what he did. It was almost like, if she didn't cheat, if she wasn't cheating on me, this would not have happened. Okay. He's going to rot in prison thinking the same thing. He's going to go to prison still thinking that he was not wrong, that the judge and the jury got it wrong. All right. Lack of empathy and emotions, and lack of his emotional regulation even toward the end. You see, when they read his verdict and the people started clapping, he was mad. He looked back, stared at him, and what did he do? He even clapped himself. That's the lack of emotional regulation. He's impulsive, okay? He couldn't help himself. He couldn't handle it. Now, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, they tell you in court, don't do no type of reactions. Don't, do no outbursts. Don't show that much attention to yourself or whatever. And he did all of it, okay? He did all of it. Like, oh, they're going to clap. Oh, I'm going to be mad. All right? All right? And another narc trait is narcissists tend to perform in church, okay? They put on some type of behavior in church. I'm not church. Did I say church? In court. They type impression. Whether they're going to overly cry like how Hannah did. Remember Hannah was, she was crying. They want to leave some type of theatrical behavior in court. That's just what they do. They want to display something because they love to manipulate the audience. Whoever's looking on, they want them to be manipulated, all right? And they do it also to try to garner sympathy. Oh my God, a narcissist love for people to feel sorry for him. And that is what he thought that he was doing. He thought that when he went up there with his speech, he thought that the family was going to feel sorry for him and the judge was going to feel sorry for him. Okay. But because the judge read right through him, it angered him. It upset him. And you want to know why? because that narcissist felt exposed. He's like, God damn it. How did he peep me? How did he read me so well? They can't stand it when someone else can read their manipulation while others can't. Okay. A narcissist hate a person that can see straight through their bullshit. They hate that person. I'm talking about with a passion. They wish that person wasn't even on the face of the earth, because that person, and maybe that person alone, can read through their bullshit. He can't stand the judge because the judge was reading him his rights. He was looking at the lawyer like, how can you let him say this? Like, this is not right. This is not right. Like, how is he going to sit up here and say this type of stuff? He really wanted the attorney to stop the judge from saying those things. She says, I wonder if he will be a narcissist in jail. Oh, he will. He's not going to go to jail and just stop being a narc. He's going, listen, the fact that this man walked away from that courtroom still thinking that what he did was an act of passion tells me that he's definitely going to still be a narc. He's going to be in prison and telling people that he killed those two individuals because his wife cheated. Matter of fact, he's going to grow so much hate and resentment toward his wife, and she ain't even alive. He's going to disturb her spirits in the ground, right? He's going to be mad at her forever, and she's not even alive. Do you hear me? He's going to be mad at her because in his mind it's her fault. Even though he's like, I'm still loved and all this bull crap. He said that or whatever because he wanted to garner sympathy. He wanted people to actually think that he was really remorseful. He's going to hate that lady every day of his freaking life as he rot away in prison. He's going to hate her. All right. Meg said his culture believes in horror killing, so he truly believes he's innocent. Yes, he believes he's innocent. He believes she did wrong. When he said it was an act of passion, he's going to try to go and convince every dude he can find in that jail cell, in jail, that he unalived her because she cheated on him. Now, he's going to skip over the part where he was abusive, he was, controlling, manipulative. He's going to skip over all of that. And the only thing that he's going to think about is she cheated on him. It was an act of passion because she cheated on him. Okay. So yeah, this is crazy, but he learned his fate. He learned his fate. And let me just say this. Many narcissists have low frustration tolerance. They get frustrated very, very easy. They can't stand it, especially when you read them their rights. Especially when you read them their rights. Let me tell you how you would know when you're talking to a narcissist, when they be like, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it, and they walk off from you, or they end the phone call, or they, drop off your panel or whatever, is because they don't want to hear it. Narcissists cannot stand to be frustrated. And you frustrate them when you are hitting at their, the very nerve of theirs. When you're reading them for who they are, they can't stand it. So they get frustrated real easy. I ain't got to listen to that. I'm leaving. If you've ever dated a narc, and if you ever start trying to tell him about himself and he walk off, it's because he don't want to hear that shit. He really, really, really don't want to hear that shit. Narcs can't stand for you to tell them about them because they already know about them. They already know that they're buttholes. They know this, but they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. If I was his lawyer, I would have quit right when I heard those tapes. I don't think you can, but I don't know. I think that you have to, once you're hired, you have to do what you were hired to do. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe, unless I don't think you can quit in court though. She said, well, he better buff up. Oh, he's going to be, because he's a manipulator, he's going to be able to go into the jail cell and convince a lot of people that he's innocent. I guarantee you. Okay. He's probably wearing his shirt tied up and ponytail by now. Or he probably even do his TikTok videos where, not for TikTok, but he's going to do that little thing that he was doing on TikTok. He's going to do it in prison. He might as well. In order to quit, you need to petition the court. Oh, in order to quit as an attorney, you have to petition the court? Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you could just, just don't like their reaction. I mean, I'm sure these attorneys are used to having narcissists for clients. You know what I mean? So I'm sure that, you know, she probably was just like, oh, I can't wait till this is over. So, you know, this man can get out of my face. You know what I'm saying? She probably did not try as hard as she could have because he probably was mean to her all along. And I do believe I saw a clip where when she was defending him during the trial, he was trying to tell her what to say as he sat down. So he was even trying to control the situation then. She said, this dude in jail have already broke him in. Of the dudes in jail have already broke him in. You think he got broke in? I don't know. Well, we have been on for almost 2 hours. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, give me a thumbs up in the chat, baby, to let me know that you guys enjoyed those breakdowns of those criminals. I actually think it's funny. So please don't think I'm laughing at the crime itself. I am laughing at the reaction of the criminals. I want to do more of these breakdowns just so you guys can see it up close and personal, how the narcissist will come in and try to manipulate. And once they learn their fate, how they turn into, you know what I mean? Whether they cry, they act out, you know, become extra or what, okay? So I want to break these down to you guys. I'll be doing verdicts and sentencings, okay? Not saying that this is the only thing that I will do, but I think it might be my meat. I don't know. We'll see though, okay? We will see, but I like it so far, and it looks like you guys do too. So I do thank y'all for coming. Let me thank y'all for blessing my channel. Binkity bink bink bink. Thank you for the $2 Tuesday. Meg, thank you. Tanya, Gloria, Lynn, Cheryl, Lil Spoon Matt, Shanae, Angela, Candid Eye, Brown Eyes, Yvonne, Neo. Thank you, girl. Tammy B. Internet Sister came through. Okay, y'all. Vera, That MF, Lashina, Miss Nails, and our girl, Mrs. Jerrian. She said, stopping by to spread some love, much support, or more always, and keep spreading that tea, girl. Yes, baby. Thank you, and get well soon, honey. Sage with the Sage Hips. Platinum Bracelet says $10 Tuesday. So sorry, Hannah. You should have stayed in your car, and she should have. And Hannah should have. Thank you, girl. Brown Eyes, Dupe Poop. Dupe Poop. Lashina, Lynn, and Debbie. I do appreciate you guys for blessing my channel. Thank you guys so very much. On your way out, please hit that thumbs up button. Like this video, share this video, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Now, mind you, if you have a case that you would like for me to break down the behaviors of that narcissistic criminal or a criminal that you may think is a narcissist, please send those over to me. Now, let me just say, I prefer the sentencing to be 30 minutes or under. I don't want the 3-hour sentences, okay? 30 minutes or under, all right? And you can send it to my email at talkaboutitwithamore@gmail.com. Talkaboutitwithamore@gmail.com. Yeah, let me just say that. I don't even want to say hit me up in my inbox because I might lose it. So if you have some that you want me to break down, talkaboutitwithamore@gmail.com. Oh, thank you. I got a few more that came in. I do appreciate it. Tony Love. Thank you, honey. And Kibo. She said, great live. Thank you so very much. I do appreciate that you guys like this new content because, you know what I mean? When you're trying to like move on and ignore the itty bitties, you got to do what you got to do. And that is what I'm doing. All right. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Hit this thumbs up. And I do believe the Internet Sister's going to come back on later. And I'll meet y'all over there. Thank y'all. Bye.
Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our names.
Jay! She kept talking about that family.
Hoes over there.
She kept talking about that family. 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 That family. She kept talking about that family. Talking about that family. These motherfuckers got me wanting to listen on them. Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our